Hello! Welcome to the second episode of the Dude Watery podcast featuring David Cannell. David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm David Cannell.
Neat. Alright, David, how many 5-year-olds do you think you could take in a fight?
It depends on how tall they are, how short they are, or how, it varies on what kind of 5-year-olds they are, what their physique is.
Would you
But
like
if I were to say in a general consensus, general census, something, I'd say probably about 7 or 10.
Well, would you like to take this handy-dandy online quiz to find out?
Sure.
Alright, I'm already on it, so I'll answer the questions for you. Body type, that's
Okay.
probably at... Ooh, gotta go back. I said, anorexic skinny. That's not the case. We'll say average. The guy spelled average A-V-A-R-G-E. So you already know it's a good quiz of average. How is the reach of your arms? The options are short, stumpy arms, shorter than average, of average reach, nice long arms, and fairly good reach.
Are you talking about the kids or me?
You.
Me?
Yes.
I'd say pretty normal, pretty proportional to my height.
Alright. So of average reach then.
Yeah.
Which describes your balance? Describes is spelled D-I-S, cribes, and it's also mixed with your. So the options are what is balance, well, of average balance, good balance, and extra good balance.
I'd say I have
Is that the actual thing you want to pick? Because well is actually an option.
well, yeah.
Alright.
'Cause
how high can you kick? The options are what ... I can't do that. 1 foot and or no, not and, that's not the last one. I guess 2 to 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet, and I can touch my face.
Alright, well, let me just let me get up and try this.
We don't have a video element, but you can just
I can,
picture David kicking.
I can say that probably like 4 feet.
Alright, so we'll do 3 to 4 feet. How tall are you? Very short, short, of average, tall, or very tall?
How do you consider 5'10" or 5'11"? I don't even know. To be average.
For guys, that might be like of average or tall. I'll just say
Alright.
tall.
I
How old are you? You are 13 to 20. Do you have martial arts experience?
yeah, I'm actually a black belt in Kung Fu and Tang Sudo.
Are you actually?
Nope.
Oh, I still will say none.
Yep.
Okay. How many fights have you been in? None, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, or 7 plus?
I spend a lot of time on the streets walking to Cumbies. And I have, due to this, I've experienced absolutely no fights.
Alright, none. Have you ever been trampled? Have yo ever been trampled, actually, is the question.
Have yo ever? Okay. No. I wouldn't say that I've been trampled.
There's 5 options. There's no, 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 yes, and yes. I'll just choose the middle no.
Right.
If you were desperate in a fight, would you resort to biting and or eye gouging, or do you fight dirty? The options are no, no, maybe spelled M-A-B-E-Y, and yes.
Alright, if this were a life or death situation, then I would definitely resort to biting, or I would do anything to survive. But if it's just, a friendly little punch, kick, little battle, I wouldn't really, I don't fight dirty.
I'll give it a yes, because we're assuming here that these are vicious 5-year-olds.
Vicious 5-year-olds?
Yeah, this says find out how many insane 5-year-olds you need to fight. So we're assuming this is like a horde situation.
Alright, yeah, so I probably would.
Alright, yes. How would you feel about the fact that you're fighting a bunch of kids? The answers are, or the options, this is so wrong. These are kids, for Pete's sake. I don't think I could fight them, even in self-defense. I'll only fight for self-defense. I'll do what I can to fight and just hard enough to win. If they go near me, it's over, and to hell with morality. I'd be too busy pile driving, crane kicking, and bare knuckle bashing them all the way back to kindergarten. There's a T in there.
Oh my god. Alright, I'd probably be the middle option, like,
I'll do what I have
be
and
like,
just fart
death to the kids!
Alright.
But I wouldn't be, like, super friendly if they're trying to tear my arms off them.
I got you. So that's an I'll do what I have to and fight just hard enough to win?
We.
During the fight, would you feel morally comfortable picking up a child and using him or her as a weapon to throw at other children?
Again, I think this comes down to if the circumstances led to it, and if I had no other choice but to do that, then obviously I would.
Alright, so we'll do, depends on if he or she attacked me first. Loading result. You could probably, 10 to 15 5-year-olds in a fight. That's what you got. That's pretty good. I thought I did this earlier today. I got the same thing.
Snazzy.
Would you like to do some more quizzes?
Sure.
Let's see. Alright, this one, I've never done this. So we might have to switch quizzes. This is a little edgy subject topic. The subject topic. I don't know what I mean. Subject matter. The question being answered by this quiz is, are you a whore? How many guys have you slept with?
Does none.
All right.
Well, I mean.
All right. I'm seeing the next question. We're gonna do another quiz.
All right.
Oh Jesus. Does your crush like it? Do you have a crush?
That's private information, Julian.
All right. This one says, "What will you look like as a teenager?" I wonder.
I wonder. I'd say,
let's find a better quiz website.
Dashingly handsome, beautiful.
All right, we'll do.
And,
no, let's not do Sporkle. I don't want. See, because Sporkle is like trivia, where you're like,
oh
you know,
yeah,
how much do you know about this thing, rather than it tries to figure out stuff about you. That's what we want. In the meantime, though, so this is probably a question I'm gonna be asking a lot of people because it goes into other stuff nicely. What did you do for your English project topic?
I did horror and I wrote get this, a
I feel like I remember you
Teletubbies
saying this.
horror story. Yeah, we were talking about this.
Oh yeah, when we were playing Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah, so I wrote a horror story about Teletubbies, and so the Teletubbies are actually these alien beings that crash landed in the Rocky Mountains. So the government took them and tested on them for like 3 years, and then they killed they killed half the witnesses, and then took the other half to like avoid suspicion of like mass homicide. And they took them into a facility where they made a TV show out of the aliens that were in the spaceship, which were the Teletubbies. And with like the effects of movie magic, the Teletubbies look very kid friendly, but in reality they're horrifying monsters. Yeah. So what happens is there's a breach in this facility, and the Teletubbies break out, and they absolutely kill everybody until the government comes in, and they're like, "Yo, what's up?" And then they kill all of the Teletubbies.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is that pretty interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
All right. What else do we have here?
I also wrote a bunch of trivia things about
Like a Kahoot?
like class. Well, no, not a Kahoot, but like tons of trivia stuff about classic horror movies because I couldn't get Kahoot to work.
Oh, okay. I got you. I don't know a lot of horror movies. What kind of questions did you ask?
Huh?
What kind of questions did you ask? I have not watched a lot of horror movies. I would not get these right.
Oh, well, what kind of questions would I ask?
Did you ask?
Oh,
Or
did I ask? Oh no, I couldn't get the trivia. They were trivia facts, not questions.
Oh, okay.
So
I got
yeah.
you. Huh. Let's see.
Mhm.
Is a hot dog a sandwich, in your opinion?
A hot dog is its own dealio, right? Hot
Mhm.
dogs and sandwiches are on two different branches of the food chain.
I've got this pulled up right now to look at. So have you ever seen those like alignment chart things where it's like chaotic, neutral, neutral, good, and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, I took one of those. Wait, I took one of those political tests, and it had like Gandhi and Hitler and
Yeah,
Stalin in the
yeah. I've done
corners
that
and
too.
stuff. Yeah, I got in the Hitler range.
Oh Jesus,
I'm just kidding.
I got I got more low and left than Gandhi. So that's where I am. I'm not like on the vertical scale high. I'm very low. Because if you go high up enough, then you get like Stalin on the left and Hitler on the right. So I'm closest to like Gandhi, or at least going by the ones that they showed. Anyway, so the sandwich alignment chart here, the categories are ingredient purist, ingredient neutral, ingredient rebel on the top, and on the side there's structure purist, structural neutral, and structure rebel. Now, the one on the bottom right is probably the most interesting thing for me, and this is radical sandwich anarchy, which is for like the ingredient rebels and the structure rebels. So
Wait, so this is for sandwiches?
yeah, radical sandwich anarchy. And so an example of that is saying a Pop-Tart is a sandwich.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Structure neutral ingredient rebel is an ice cream taco as a sandwich. Now,
Ooh.
structure purist ingredient rebel, so saying that it has to be something between two pieces of like bread, sorta, but that the ingredients can be whatever. Says ice cream between waffles is a sandwich. In the middle, though, for true neutral, is a hot dog as a sandwich, which is something I would have to disagree with. A hot dog,
Yeah,
it's really just one piece of bread generally.
yeah. Actually, a hot dog isn't a piece of sandwich because a sandwich legally a sandwich has
Legally.
to yes legally a sandwich has to be comprised of two slices of bread, um, or waffles or whatever you find in the fridge. Um, and if it doesn't, then it's not a sandwich. So a hot dog is one piece of bread. It's not a sandwich. Now, if you cut the hot dog in half and then lay it on a piece of bread and then put another piece of bread over that, then you eat it. Then, only then, is it a sandwich. So it's not the hot dog itself that's preventing it from being a sandwich. It's the bun.
Huh. Is there an actual like legal requirement for something to be considered a sandwich? So like if a shop or like a chain were advertising something as a sandwich, but then technically according to the government's definition, if there is such a thing, it's not a sandwich, could they be like punished for false advertising? Like what is a sandwich?
Actually, that raises a good question, my friend, because like, what people could make legitimate legal actions on people who falsely advertise
A
sandwiches.
That's a real question. I want to be a
And
sandwich
also,
lawyer.
when Jack becomes president, I will actually ask him to make that a legal requirement.
So I think there must be some like government regulation on what's what, because I remember a few years ago, so the Obama administration was pushing for healthier meals in school, which is obviously a good thing. So then parts of Congress pushed for pizza to be declared a vegetable, so that they could say, yeah, we have more vegetables for kids, see, when in reality they didn't change anything. It's just the pizza that was always there. And I think they actually succeeded in that, because, technically there's tomato sauce. So there you go.
Tomatoes aren't vegetables; they're fruit.
That's true, they're fruit. So that's like, That's a conspiracy for you right there. We gotta ask President Trump about that. That's the real issue at hand. None of that Russia stuff. Just go right to Mr. Trump. How is pizza a vegetable if, tomatoes are fruits? That's not how that works. You can't do that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's...
We're making a march to Washington. We're going to protest in front of the White House because this is absurd.
Yeah, it is actually, like... I think I'm going to sue the government.
Do it.
I'm going to major... I want to major in philosophy. So I can ask people why they want fries with that. Legally. I found that on Google.
'Cause fries taste good.
Anyway, so this is a question. I used to ask people this when I would get their phone numbers, like from other people, and they didn't know who I was yet. How would you hide a giraffe from the government?
When you put it in a fridge.
How big is this fridge?
Giraffe sized.
That's a pretty big one. See, my answer is generally you get like a storage unit and you put it upright so the giraffe has space to stand, and then somehow you get like food and water in there in such a way that the giraffe doesn't have to break its neck to get to it.
Wait, what?
A storage unit, like one of the big old ones, or like
but then the government the government are comprised. They're made up of a bunch of savages. They don't care about the Constitution. They'll break into your little storage unit without a thought.
I mean, at least I can kind of lock that. I can put it in a shipyard so it
they'll nuke it.
But a refrigerator, though.
I can lock a refrigerator, and they'll nuke the storage unit.
But if you ask a refrigerator nicely to open up, then it probably will.
No, it won't.
You know those refrigerators, my dude.
Refrigerators know what they're doing, man. They won't just open up to you. Right? Yeah, no, you don't know. You don't know anything about refrigerators and their culture, right? So you can't say nothing.
Alright.
If you say something again, I'll actually murder you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. We just went way too hard at refrigerators.
Let's see.
What if refrigerators were like live? What if all inanimate objects were actually like secretly alive?
Toy Story.
They had their own cultures and stuff, except like every inanimate object, like my keyboard or my desk, my super loud keyboard that probably everyone can hear.
It would be terrifying to be like a fleshlight or a dildo. That wouldn't be fun. That's a different kind of toy from Toy Story.
You went from two things that have nothing. Well, they almost have nothing in common. I mean, I guess you can use both of them, but let's stay away from that topic because I don't want to go there.
Alrighty. Okay, what are some other generic internet questions that we have here?
Generic?
This says, I like to start conversations by saying, now we're talking. It's been a while. I probably could have said that at the beginning of the conversation, but it's, too late.
I myself like to start conversations because I'm a social wreck and I have no idea how other than to say a really bad pun or a really old and really bad and really overused pun, like who's your favorite rapper?
Say
the lunch lady.
Or memes. Memes are a good one.
Memes are very good. When just say like anime or anal, and then you have like a 50% chance of
either disgusting the person or becoming best friends.
One of the two, and it has a 50% chance of striking up a conversation too. Like 50 on friendship / hatred, and 50-50 on conversation or no.
Have you ever seen an elephant hide in a tree?
An elephant hide in a tree? I haven't seen it.
Because they're really good at it.
Is that a pun?
I mean, not really, but it's a dumb joke.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think
Have you
that's-
seen them? No, well, because they're good at hiding.
I get it. Ah, dude. I
Alright.
can't believe I didn't get that sooner.
So I went off the same list with Luke. I asked him a couple things from it. The 36 questions that lead to love. They're generally good questions, though, so I can see them being used for any purpose. Some of them
All
get
right,
a little screwy.
shoot.
Let's find a good one. Do you have a secret hunch about how you'll die?
A secret what about how I'll die?
A secret hunch? An idea?
Alright, well, I'm hoping to go out with style, like, skydiving, and then my parachute fills, and my backup parachute fills too, or something really cool like that. But if I were to know my own luck, then I know for a fact that there's no way that I'm gonna go out in such a sick way. So I would say I'd probably die from tripping off of a stage and then suffering unhealable brain damage.
Huh. That's interesting.
Very interesting. Wait.
So we talked before starting the podcast about have we done anything since the beginning of the summer, and the unanimous answer between both of us was no. We just sit in our rooms and do nothing. Maybe eat some stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But do you have any plans? Like, is there stuff that you know you're gonna do?
Yeah, I know I'm going to PCC in like a couple of weeks, but you know, after that I'm back to my house for a couple of weeks and I'm just gonna do nothing.
And when does PCC end?
It ends like first week of August, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it ended last week.
Yeah. So that's like the duration of July or something like that, I think.
Yeah, it's 6 weeks, so maybe the second week of August.
I feel you. Let's see. More conversation-y starting questions. If you had to change your name, what would your new name be?
Frank, but spelled with a PH and a 2 at the end.
Ooh, like do you still have your name on Discord as Filthy Frank? Let's see.
No, I changed it, but
No, it's David Cannell with 3 N's and 3 L's. Or is one of those like a capital I to screw with people?
That's a good idea.
That'd be good, because if people search for your name, they'll be like, why is it not coming up?
That'll be hilarious. But no, either Frank with a PH at the beginning instead of an F and a Q at the end, or Joseph, spelled DJOSIPH, or Jeff, spelled DJEPH. One of those two.
I would do maybe like a really feminine name, or even just I could make it easy on myself and just do like Julia or something like that, because I already respond to that name because it's it's way too close.
It's
There's
the
so many
feminine version
JUL
of Julia,
names.
of Julian.
Yeah, I just respond to all those names and it's terrible. So I could just do that, because A, it would be an easy transition, and B, it would just confuse everybody, because it'd be like, oh, this person's a lady. Plot twist, no, it's not.
Yeah, there's a bunch of. It's pretty interesting that there's like for like 50% of names there's a female not translation, a female version of it. So like my brother's name is Nathan, so like Nathan or Nathaniel.
Maybe Natalia,
and then Natalie or Natalia or something.
Yeah, I see that.
Or Julia and Julian.
What about David?
I have no idea. I don't
Maybe
think there is a feminine version.
Probably Danielle is the closest.
Nah, Danielle's Daniel.
Yeah, I can see that, but like I'm just going by D-A, and then I can't think of anything else with a V, so I don't know.
Davita.
Oh! So I think neither of us have experience with this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is, where is the best place to take a date?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, same here. What smell brings back great memories? I don't know. Is there one that sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, no. But you know, there's a feeling you know that feeling that you get when you're like, yeah, you think of, or like you experience something that kind of reminds you, or smell something. I don't know. I can't describe like
No,
whether
no,
it's a
and it
smell
takes
or
you to like a
it,
certain location.
yeah, it
or
gives you
time.
like that feeling of like an older time that's
Like-
like super.
Yeah, it's sort of
warm
like
and
a
stuff.
form of deja vu, where it's like, you know,
Mhm.
you smell
Or, like,
something and it's instantly
nostalgia.
it's this
Something.
place, or it's this person who's been dead for like 4 years,
Yeah.
or something like that. What? See, these are the categories. There's like, let me see, weird conversation starters. Let's look at those. Actually, I was gonna
Yeah, let's look
list
at
them all
those.
off.
I should
Time
memorize some of
freezes
them.
for everyone but you for one day. What do you do?
For everyone but me for one day.
Yeah.
Am I allowed? All right. So let's make up some rules. So am I, or you can make them up for all I care. But am I allowed to like move objects, or is everything like eternally frozen? Like I can't even move something. I can just move.
You can move like places and things. You could like use
All
a
right,
vehicle, push something out of the way, things like that.
So first, what I do for one day, I'd probably like go up to a bank and take all their money because
That's
everything's
a good
frozen, and I'd have all the time to think about how I'd escape and all that jazz. Or I just take something from or I don't really need to steal a bunch of money. I can just like take something from a store, and then just like I could use it the entire day and then repackage it and then give it back to them, or I could just take it from them for good, and then and make it so that they don't really notice that it's gone. Something like that. I don't know. I take something from someone, because I'm that kind of person.
Nice. I mean, I think.
I
most
mean,
people with
honestly,
that
I don't know.
position-
I don't know what else I'd do. If time froze, I'd probably be really bored.
Yeah, or I mean, I don't know. You could just like inspect people's faces very closely, or no? What?
Oh
right.
yeah,
Here's
I could-
something. So find somebody who's like, the
Oh,
moment
I-
that time froze, find someone who was like live on TV or something like that, and like tie a potato into their hair so that the moment time unfreezes, it like teleports there, and then like religions form around it, and scientists are baffled because no one can figure
Yeah.
out how it happens.
That is actually a genius idea. I would definitely do that.
Or just like all sorts of stuff that would blow people's minds, and no
Mhm.
one can explain it.
And those conspiracy theorists, man, they'd go crazy.
I know. No, I think
I would totally do something like that.
I heard a similar
good.
prompt where it was like, if you could teleport a potato into any place in time in history, what would it be? Someone said like into the brain of Hitler and just like replace it completely. So then like during the autopsy, they're like, what happened? It's just he ceased to exist.
there's this I saw this like quiz answer of some kid, and the question was, if you could go back in time and say something to Abraham Lincoln, what would you say? And the kid said, I'd tell him never to go to a play.
I see that.
Let's see, you got assassinated.
What other questions do we have? Alright, I already have an answer to one of these, but I'll ask it to you first. What flavor of ice cream do you wish existed?
Do I wish existed?
Yeah, but that, even if it doesn't
Well,
exist,
alright,
like
so
something you
there's-
don't know of.
There's many flavors of ice cream out there, and not a lot that people have yet to conceive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably want like, you know, that the smell of a new book, of an old,
Yeah,
like a new old book.
like from the
like,
70s or
if
something with the kind of
yeah.
yellowed pages and all that. They're fuzzy.
Yeah, if you were to like take a copy of like Lord of the Rings and then like brush by it and then smell the air that it blows back at you, I wouldn't want a flavor of ice cream after that. But that would be an interesting flavor. But if I wanted any kind of flavor of ice cream, like any new kind of flavor, I'm looking around my room to see if I can get some. clues. Um, Wait, have you ever wondered what Pokemon tastes like? How about a Pokemon flavored?
I actually have briefly. I just slapped my knee and you heard that. But yeah, I imagine Magikarp would be very common, like
Yeah,
sort
or
of
like
generic fish, but a lot of
yeah.
meat.
I'd want like a Pokemon flavored ice cream so I could taste some Pokemon.
The question
But
is,
if I could eat some Pokemon, I think a Magikarp would be a delightful thing to eat.
a delicacy. This is gonna, all right. So like, this is gonna make me sound like a vegan, but where do you draw the line? Because the thing is, with Pokemon, they're almost people own them as pets, right? Basically.
Yeah, except they like
They-
force them to fight.
They develop with
against their will.
strong bonds with them after, like you said, forcing them to fight and bring each other near death. So yeah, you gotta think, which Pokemon do people just like never catch? So that's where Magikarp comes in, unless you want a Gyarados, something like that. So so you said Pokemon ice cream, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna chime in with my answer here. Speaking of non sequiturs, and say maple syrup, which I heard used to exist as a Ben and Jerry's flavor, but it wasn't popular
Ooh.
enough. So yeah, like maple
That'd be
candy,
fancy. Yeah.
where it's just, dude, imagine that as ice cream,
That would be.
That-
Imagine. Yeah, that would be awesome.
just like chunks of it. I want that. It has to exist
I
somewhere.
want bacon ice cream, dude. Like
I think that exists. I feel like I might
Does
have
it?
had that. I don't know if they sell it
But
commonly.
just like there's bacon flavors for everything, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if bacon ice cream didn't exist yet.
What did I
There
have that
wasn't-
was bacon? It was disgusting. I think it was bacon popcorn, and it was nasty.
Bacon popcorn.
Yeah, it wasn't like flakes of bacon. It was like they had a bacon
Oh, it
seasoning.
was like bacon powder, like
Yep.
this artificial crap. Yeah, that sounds pretty nasty. Man, there's so many things. There's so many weird things that would be awesome as like an ice cream flavor. You could honestly name anything.
On the contrary, what would be an awful ice cream flavor? So the first thing that came to mind for me
Probably
was
the
just pasta.
pages of. Probably the book page thing. The smell of book pages.
It would smell meat though. That's something they need to make as like an air freshener, so you can just have your house smell like a
Oh
library.
yeah, that would
24/7.
that would be a best-selling air freshener.
Does that exist? Let me look that up.
That probably does.
Old book air freshener. Yeah, it came up on auto finish. 30 book scented perfumes and candles. Whoa. 30.
That sounds.
Yeah, they have candles and stuff. That's neat. I wonder how authentic
That
they
is-
smell. Huh.
What Clorox bleach or Clorox like white flavored ice cream?
I mean, it's almost like an appealing smell in a way. It's weird, but
It's
You know.
It's flavorful.
it feels, yeah, it's like lemony and fresh and clean.
Hmm. Yeah, it's clean.
Hmm.
You could probably use it to clean your countertop or something.
If you had a personal mascot, what would your mascot be?
Have you seen my Minecraft skin?
I know I have. Is yours the one with like all the green and black, or is that Luke's? I forget.
No, I think
Oh no,
that's
yeah.
Luke's.
Yours
Mine's
is
the
the
one with
upside
this.
down one, right?
Nope, mine's the
Smile
one
on
with
his
the
chest.
the squinty eyes that are. All right, I'm just gonna say Pepe.
What
But
is your? I'll go on a Minecraft skin
just
stealer
look up-
site. What's your username?
It's Frank. PHRA. Just like how I wish my name was.
Oh, I see. All right, so imagine.
Oh, except not a rainbow.
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say a
realized
gay
that
pride
mine's
flag with a face on it, two faces actually, and checkered red and
There's
white
actually
underwear.
5 faces on this.
Let's see. There's one on the head. Then there's one like at the chest area. One on the back area.
Look under my chin,
Under your chin. Ooh, yeah. There's eyes under the chin.
and then look under my hair.
And under his hairline. That I'm not seeing.
It's
Is it like on the
Wait.
underside of your head?
yeah. Wait, no, it's not on the other side of my. It's behind my hair. So
Oh,
if
it's
you
like
have an
3D
option,
hair?
you'd like take yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it. It's only showing it 2D. That's a shame.
All right, well, yeah, it's behind there, and I just kind of turn around, take my hat off, and then just screw with people.
See, my mascot? Imagine, like, a little snotty-nosed kid with, like, the glasses that are so thick they're, like, swimming goggles. And he just, like, sits around, sipping lemonade and playing Pokemon Diamond on his DS Lite at a party and just kind of, like, looking up at people and wiping his snot with his hand every now and then. But he doesn't really talk to anyone. I want that to be my mascot who, like, follows me around 24/7 just to confuse people.
I would, have you played, Wind Waker?
Parts of it, not a lot.
There's this kid at the beginning that runs around the island.
I exactly know what you're talking
and
about.
chases you with
It's like
the
a big
snot
teardrop
out of his nose.
of
Yeah.
snot. It's great.
Yeah, that guy would be my mascot.
He's so happy too. He's got like a little smile on his face. He just loves life.
He has no idea that he has a giant thing of snot dripping right down his nose.
Alright, let's go back
He
to
doesn't get it.
250 quality conversation starters. If you could call up anyone in the world and have a 1-hour conversation, who would you call? Now, how long has this gone so far? We're at the 36-minute mark.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, what was the question again?
If you could call up anybody in the world and have an hour-long conversation, who would it be?
Call up anyone in the world and have an hour-long conversation. Anyone that's currently on the planet at this moment in time?
Yeah, or I guess on the International Space Station too. We'll count them.
Could we, do they have to be in the vicinity of Earth? Do they have to be humans? Or can I call someone from, like, a galaxy far, far away?
You could do that, I imagine.
Can the phone calls, like, go back in time? Like
Sure,
a long
we're
time
in
ago?
Steins Gate Rules,
Alright.
if you've ever seen that Chinese cartoon.
I, probably wouldn't call someone from Star Wars, because that would be stupid. You know what? I really don't know. I think, yeah, no, I have no idea. Maybe Trump.
Same, yeah, the Donald would be interesting.
DJ Trump.
DJ Trump. DJ Khaled? What does
Yep.
DJ Khaled actually do?
Donald James Trump.
I thought it was Donald John Trump.
I thought it was Donald James.
Let me look it
Let's take it to the internet.
up. Donald J. Trump. Let's see what it stands for. Full name? Where's the full name? I don't know. What does the J in Donald J. Trump stand for?
DJ Trump.
Oh yeah, it stands for John. Alright, yeah, so
Ah,
I would
dude.
call up some guy named Donald James Trump and ask him how his life has been going since Donald John Trump got elected. Just everyone's like bullying him. Like, hey, what's up, Trump? There has to be somebody, right? There must be.
It's 100%.
100%. There's gotta be another. Isn't it? There's a Donald Trump Jr., isn't there? Doesn't he have a kid? Or is he a Donald Trump Jr.?
I have no idea. DJ Jr. DJ.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even
Can you
realize
only
it's
call them
DJ.
that if they're like a junior or something?
Hmm.
Like their first name and their first initial and then their middle initial.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know either.
So my mom works at a school in Brockton, in like preschool, sometimes kindergarten, because there's been a few years they swaps between the two. And she says that there was a kid whose parents must not have understood the concept of a junior being like named after one of the parents. So if you had a kid and you wanted them to be junior, it would be David Jr., right? But these parents did not understand that. They thought that you just named your kid Junior, and it was a name. So they named their kid Junior, and now he's there.
Junior. Imagine he figures out how it's like that was wrong, and then he names his kid Junior.
Just to, like, screw with him his whole life. Just be like, yo, I made a bet that I wouldn't name, or no, somebody made a bet with me that I wouldn't name my kid Junior, so I proved him wrong. I got $5. How young can you change your name? Like, I don't think you can, but maybe your parents can. Let's look that
I don't
up.
know. I think you have to be like, you probably have to be like 18.
Probably. Oh, it says
and
16
then-
to execute your own. But what about your parents? If you are 16 or 17,
I know
you
it
don't need
costs
the consent
a shit
of parents.
ton.
Name change under 16. Child's legal name can be changed by the deed poll, providing everyone with parental responsibility, or PR, for the child consents to the name change. If your child is 16 years of age or over, or approaching their 16th birthday, that's us, they must apply for their own deed poll, which parental consent is not required. So we could change their name to, like, Anus Liquor or something for a cut
Yeah, but
day.
it costs a lot, I think.
Probably. I think I heard like $50, but that might have been on a regular show, so probably not.
$50?
50.
I mean, honestly, I'd change my name for $50. I'd change it to Frank with a PH and a Q at the end.
Yeah, just to, like. Oh, it says 150 to 500. All right, how about no?
$150 to $500.
Yep.
Well, if I really wanted to, if like
If you're rich.
my entire life depended on this, I
Like
would
you
or
move
like if
across
I
country.
wanted this more than a freaking computer, then I'd probably buy this rather than a computer. I bought my computer with my own money, but if I wanted to change my name more, then I would definitely spend the money on my name. So I mean, I don't think it comes down to whether you're rich or not, but if you have your personal money that you want to spend on that, I mean, it's your choice.
Yeah.
What other conversation starters do we have here? Now that that's I don't think we can drag that out much farther. What is your favorite food? Do you like spicy food? Alright, we'll skip that.
I love
Education
spicy.
conversation starters. This is like a really broad thing. What are some good and bad things about the education system in your country? That's like a nationwide
Alright,
scale.
you know what's honestly god awful about it isn't the education, but just this something bad at our school in general that's really freaking annoying. The fact that they like, if you don't have money, like I understand I probably should bring money, but on the off chance that I don't bring money, why don't they let you charge and then have you pay back later or something?
Oh, for lunch?
It's like, yeah, like I understand that kids might not pay it back or something, but if they still charge you the same, like you can get a turkey wrap or a sun butter sandwich, but you can if they charge you the same amount as they would charge you if you were to get a normal lunch anyway. So what's the difference? They're just it's kind of a scam. And honestly it pisses me off. I told my dad that.
No.
His reaction was priceless.
What was it?
I can't really say it because it had some much what's it called?
Profanity.
Profanity.
What's your profanity?
Yeah.
You ever seen that video? I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was priceless. What's another question?
What is the worst restaurant you've ever eaten at?
Honestly, I'm not the pickiest person on food, so I could probably go to like McDonald's and say that it's the best restaurant. Until I've tasted something better, then I'd probably say that would be the best restaurant. I'm not the pickiest person when it comes.
I'm not super picky either myself. But like, there's a place
There was,
nearby. There's like two. There's one in Cape
You just went
Cod.
completely robot.
Did I?
You're going robot again.
Oh jeez. I can hear myself sign, so it might be your connection. But let me unplug and plug back in.
Yeah,
my
no,
microphone.
I think it's my connection. Because my internet is pure ass.
I can hear you fine. Let me just unplug and plug back in my microphone. All right.
Yeah, no, I think it worked.
Okay, good. That's gonna sound
So,
terrible on the end recording. Somebody's gonna hate me for that. Like I can look at the
yeah,
waveform for it right now on the
we'll
audio
cut that
recording
out.
program. It's bad.
Something like this. Anyways, what were you saying?
What?
Well,
Wait,
what's the
worst
question?
restaurant. Let's see. There was one in Cape Cod where the actual food was pretty good, but then like it was just really claustrophobic, and the floor shook whenever the waiters and waitresses would come around, which is kind of weird.
Well, how much did they weigh?
I mean, granted, the only waitress there was probably over 300 pounds. And there was, I mean, this wasn't a bad thing. It was just kind of weird, but they didn't have a dessert menu, so some customer just kind of brought in a cake, and they were selling slices of it. So which was, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just a little weird. And then there's a place here, and I think it's in Bridgewater, or East Bridgewater, and everything just is bad. And it's just like I had a BLT or a turkey club, one of those two, and it was like somebody just took a couple slices of turkey from the refrigerator and bread and put it in the microwave and said, "That's good enough. We can sell that." And then the bread was also just white bread from a bag, and then it was like, I don't know. I think it might have been Jamie's, but I don't want to say that and be wrong if it's actually a good place. Because, I mean, granted, I've got my biases. The Dude Watery podcast is actually sponsored by Burger King. Save money, eat fresh, Burger King. But
Save fresh, eat money.
Let me look this up on Google Maps.
Have you been to Tommy's?
Tommy Doyle's?
Tommy's? To Tommy's.
I don't think so.
Not
It's just
to Tommy's. To Tommy's, like Tatami.
Oh, Tatami, like Japanese?
The sushi place.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I go buy it pretty regularly. How is it?
Honestly, it's very delicious.
Let me look at this map right now. I'm thinking of the same place. Yep.
Like, I'm not a sushi guy, and even the sushi is like 10 out of 10.
I had sushi once at a hibachi place. Have you ever done hibachi?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Where they do the stuff.
Yeah. Anime food shop, yeah.
Well, what did I see? There was a video by Clickhole, which is like a parody of BuzzFeed, sorta. And it was called Heartbreaking. Watch a hibachi chef try to cook hibachi style on a regular table. And so he like does all the hibachi stuff on just a plain room temperature wooden table and just like stares at the eggs when they don't cook, and he's like so sad. And they're playing like sad violin music. It was great. Highly recommend that video.
It sounds funny. Have you seen those videos where they put SpongeBob music over just the everyday events?
I think, or similar things. What example is there?
So there's someone put it over Kim Jong-il's funeral. I hope you don't get like the government doesn't take you down or something, or North Korea doesn't.
Yeah, actually, this is sponsored by North Korea. Supreme Leader Kim
Jong-un.
Save money, eat better, eat fresh. Kim Jong-un. Buy a $5 fill up for only $3 for this short time. One time, alright, so we had like, it was like 6th grade. Last year we had like, or one of the last years we had recess. My friends and I decided to prank call a Walmart in Harlem, New York from Brockton. So we did Star 67 and they miraculously picked up, not realizing Star 67, which is the obvious sign of a prank caller. And so, what did I say? I was like, hey, y'all got them, we got a, quesadilla, asking for quesadillas. And so the lady on the other end is like, what was that, sir? And I'm like, quesadilla, it's in like the freezer aisle, y'all got any of them in the freezer? And she's like, I can check the freezer aisle if you'd like. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, ma'am. And so she goes, I'm like, alright. She's like, I don't think we have any of what you're asking for, sir. And I'm like, alright, y'all got any like chocolate pizza? Something like that. I don't know. We did multiple. We did the classic GameStop Battletoads thing where you ask them if they have Battletoads. I think
did
the guy
you-
just said because he probably hears that from every like edgy 12-year-old in the country.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you ask if someone's refrigerator was running?
I don't think we did. That'd be a good one though. So what was another one? I did this recently.
That would be
I was at somebody's house, and so they were giving me people's phone numbers who didn't have my phone number yet, who we knew. So Shabri, if you're listening, this one was you. They gave me Shabri's number, and they said she takes Uber a lot. So naturally, I go on there and I say, "Hey, this your Uber driver. I'm outside right now." And she's like, "I didn't order an Uber." And I'm like, but you did the what's your name, like Shabrai? Anyway, yo, I'm outside right now. And so we just like keep going on like this, and say, you know, she's saying she didn't buy an Uber. I'm saying she did. And then she texts, and I come up with like a fake automated Uber message saying like, "Sorry, please call. This is your Uber driver. You know, we don't take automated." I don't know. It was dumb, but yeah.
I've tried to prank call so many people to no avail.
So,
I was sleeping over a friend's house one time with a bunch of other people, and we tried to prank call. I mean, granted, it was really late, so honestly, I don't know what we expected. But none of the places would either pick up, or they'd pick up for a second and then just like hang up because they realize it's like they're like edgy teenagers.
mm-hmm. Alright, so I'm generally not an evil person, right? And I kind of feel bad for this because I did it. But so we had this teacher who recited her phone number to like somebody on the phone in class. So naturally, somebody writes it down, gives it to me, and so we had those desks. I don't know if you guys ever have them in East Bridgewater, where there's like a compartment inside, and it's like completely hidden for textbooks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to pull it up; it's just like open. So naturally, phones are banned, but everybody just put them in there anyway. So I just put it right there. Put her contact name is like 123 or something, so it wouldn't be recognizable. Put star 67 in the contact itself so that it would automatically do that. And I would call, but as soon as she walked over to her desk to pick it up, I would hang up. And we did this like all day. I kind of, well, not all day, but we did it for a good long while.
That's hilarious.
Until we felt bad and stopped.
Dude. We should have figured out a way to do that to Kathy.
Kathleen again. Oh, she would die. But her phone's
dude.
right there, though. Like, this teacher would be at the front of the class in, like, a small, like, kiddie desk, and then her actual desk in the back would be where her phone was in her purse, so it was perfect. Because then there's the travel time where we can hang up.
Alright, so I just was reminded this, and I figured it might be something that would be pretty nice to talk about for a little bit. So, about a little over a year ago, I bought this computer, and it has done nothing but piss me off ever since I bought it. So when I bought it, I bought it from Amazon, and it was stuck in transit in Indianapolis for like a good week, until it finally came to my house, and then apparently like something was wrong with the website, and it still said it was in Indianapolis for some reason. But anyways, so not only that, but when it was dead on arrival, it came, and I opened it up and I turned it on, and I tried to you know, go on Google Chrome, watch some anime, and I can't, because apparently there was no Wi-Fi card in it. So you know, next thing that comes to mind is, all right, I'll just, you know, I'll use an Ethernet cable. And the Ethernet port is broken.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
yeah, I had to go and buy a separate other USB Wi-Fi card just so I could get to the internet. And the goddamn thing, like, every single time I turn my computer off and back on, I need to unplug it and plug it back in, because
That's a pain. You can probably,
it's honestly a real pain. And also, it always, like, I keep it on top of the desktop, and it keeps falling off. because like there's no rubber that kind of like I guess like should keep friction under there. There's nothing, and it just kind of slides around.
The actual the computer itself.
What do you mean?
The tower has no like rubber
Oh.
booties on the bottom.
No, not the tower. The USB Wi-Fi.
Oh, so it's
card.
like an
It's
antenna thing that goes on
yeah.
top. Okay.
Yeah, and it has like a wire, and it's like it just kind of slides around. There's nothing to like keep friction or anything.
I got you.
So that was pretty annoying. So it was like Amazon screwed it up, and they were saying, and also it not only was it stuck in transit, it arrived like a week later than it should have. But and then the Wi-Fi was dead on arrival, but now. Every other time I turn it on and back off, there's this really loud, I don't even know what it is, but it's this loud and annoying noise that the fan makes. And it dies off after about 20 minutes, but it's so annoying. Now that I have an AC in my room, because my room's upstairs and it gets really hot in the summer, it's kind of unnoticeable with the AC on, but it's still pretty noticeable, and it's very annoying. And also, the computer kind of runs like garbage, but you know, it was $500. The running I can deal with, or the way it runs stuff I can deal with. But like the fact that it was dead on arrival and it came in late was just it was really.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, my hard drive has been making like sus sounds for months now. And it's just like, it hasn't broken yet, so I'm not going to do anything about it, but whenever it's like reading and writing to the hard drive, it'll make these like annoying, almost like chirping like noises, like from a cricket, but deeper.
Oh.
And I was initially just, going to go buy another hard drive, maybe double the storage, 2 terabytes or something, but nothing has happened negatively, and I've run like, disk health things a million times, left them open for hours on end so it can monitor everything. There's nothing wrong. It's just a nasty sound. So
have you like taken it out and like tried to dust it off or anything?
Yeah, no, I opened my sometimes there's weird sounds inside. Once or twice like a cable has gotten caught in the fan, so I open the computer itself pretty regularly, but the hard drive isn't something that you can go inside. Or rather you can, but like if you touch it the wrong way with your finger, it'll break. Like, my brother's going to be building a computer pretty soon. And so I had to tell him with his CPU. So on the CPU, there's a bunch of golden pins, like they're literal gold because electronics. Yeah. And they put put it in a certain place, lock it in. But if you touch any of those pins, first of all, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to bend and break them, and that's hundreds of dollars down the drain. Second of all, even if you don't do that, then the oils from your hands might screw it up. So it's weird. He didn't know that. You have to pick it up from the sides. It was like, it's a really easy procedure. I've done it once. But it still like makes your heart race because you're like, if I screw this up, I have screwed up royally.
Yeah. I think the annoying sound that comes from my fan might be like a hair or something that's caught in there or something, or the dust. But I honestly, I don't feel like unsetting up my entire setup and then taking pulling the tower out and like unscrewing it, opening it up, and then trying to figure out what's wrong with it, because I don't trust myself handling the innards of a computer. And I spent good money on this. I don't want to waste that. And also, it would just kind of be a hassle if I also like couldn't find it, and like I set it all back up again, turn it on to see if it's gone, and then it starts up again, and the noise happens again, and I need to do the same thing.
Yeah, no, and if it is just a fan, then there's a good chance there might just be something stuck in it or whatever. It might be another hard drive issue that's not damaging technically, it's just annoying. Like, I'll open it up sometimes and it won't help anything, or I'll just dust things off. But generally taking off the side panel is not a big issue. The one thing you want to be aware of is if you're opening it up and touching it with your bare hands, you want it to be plugged in, but the power supply on the back should be turned off so that you don't electrocute and kill yourself. Chances are that wouldn't happen anyway. I've forgotten to do that, and I'm still here talking to you. But what do you call it? And you don't want to damage anything. But you don't want to unplug it entirely because, well, without an anti-static wrist wrap, because, like, you don't want to electrify anything, which sounds stupid because it's a computer, but then you can damage it with static, which is no bueno.
Well, it's less of the problem that I have to take off the casing and everything, and more that I just don't really feel like doing it.
I got you.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the 1 hour mark. Actually, we just hit it.
Yeesh.
So we might end this here.
Hot and spicy.
Indeed. Alright. So I think an hour should probably be the cap for this, because chances are people are only going to end up listening to another 6 minutes like the last time.
Yeah, probably.
But oh well.
SoundCloud have analytics like YouTube does.
Yeah, or probably, but we can just check YouTube anyway, although, yeah, that'll make it difficult. So, I don't know, I hope YouTube does that. Or I hope more people watch on YouTube, just for the sake of analytics.
Oh, you're gonna put it on YouTube.
Yeah, double upload.
I confused.
But yeah. Anyway.
Alright.
So, farewell, David. This is the
Farewell,
end of episode 2 of the Dude Watery podcast.